welcome to episode 15 of Tip for Tip, where you ask your marketing questions in exchange for a tip in your industry. My name is Aaron.
And my name is Christian, and today we are going to be talking about what is our favorite social media network and what's the most important one. And also our tip is coming from Kier. She's going to be talking a little bit about printing and design.
All right. Kier, let's hear your question for us.
Hi, Aaron and Christian. So the tip I would like to ask you today is, there are so many social media sites out there, and I wanted to know what you would recommend as your favorite social media site to keep up with.
All right, Kier, you are right. There is a lot of social media networks out there, and to really hone down on which one is the most important one, I think we have to look at who your audience is. Once you know your audience, once you know where they're most active, then you can really pick and choose which social media networks are going to work best for you. Every company needs to really sit down and look at all the social media networks, look at their user base, look at your audience, and compare and see which one will be most beneficial for you. Mm-hmm. That being said, I think we have different favorite social media networks.
Yeah.
My favorite ones, I think, are Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Snapchat, it's up there too, but I don't use it as much. I know Aaron does. Mm-hmm. As a company, though, I think for us, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat are the most important ones right now.
Yeah.
And something that we really need to bump up would be LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Just because it's a professional network, and I think we should...
Business to business.
Business to business. So we should really spend more time on LinkedIn. And also, you need to take into consideration niche social media networks. For example, and this is something that I don't think I've talked to you about, but we should be doing, because we are a marketing company, but at the same time we're a design company. So I think it will be important to be in websites like Behance or Dribbble,
right,
where those are niche for creative people to showcase their work, or maybe some of the stuff that they're currently working on. And it's just a great way to build community among that design network niche community. So that's very important to know as well. You should always play with the big players, but also look into maybe there's some niche social media networks out there that are for printing and design. I mean, design, obviously I just said Behance and Dribbble are pretty good. So those are my 2 cents for today.
Yeah, I think that's good. So since you talked about the audience, I will just go ahead and jump in and say that my two favorite, probably, if I had to do it to a third, I would. But number one would be Snapchat, because I'm more interacting and engaging and posting a lot on Snapchat, but it's a lot of viewing. So seeing how people interact and following businesses to see how they interact with their audience and how it can be a scalable business for our clients. So I'm really just doing work and research now while also posting and engaging, because it's a different level. It's a personal level that you get to have a conversation with somebody. And then second one would probably be a tie between Facebook and Instagram, just because going into, and we've talked about this a little bit, Facebook, you have the ability to go into the trenches. So you can comment and like as your business page. We cannot advocate for this enough. And with that, you can go out and comment and like and get in on other conversations on business pages. And then the other thing is Instagram. So Instagram, with their new business analytics, where you can call, email, and get directions, as well as the private messenger, which I think is so underutilized with businesses, to private message people on Instagram. It's just a great way to tell your story. So those would be my top three. I don't necessarily have a niche one, but yeah, those have been successful, and those are ones that I truly enjoy knowing about and teaching others too. All right, I think that leaves us to the tip from you. So, Kira, let's hear your tip.
Okay, now my tip for today is, my name is Kira, and I have a printing and design company. And as an owner of a printing and design company, I would say when I have a customer walk into my store with an order of postcards, business cards, booklets, whatever, invitations, whatever it might be, they just sometimes bring it in and they will say, hey, I need this printed. And sometimes I'll have to send them back and say, hey, you may have to go set this up again because you don't have that bleed space on this file. It hasn't been set up properly. Because they didn't come and ask me for the template, which we obviously have a template for it, which might have been helpful if they had previously asked for the template, which you can ask any printing company and they will have the template for it. So a tip would be to ask a printing company for a template. And another thing would be to set up a file in CMYK mode. And third is to make sure the resolution is high enough. So 300 dpi is a good resolution for a file size.
All right, Kira, thank you for that tip. That's something that, again, we've experienced just because we've done design work for our clients. And those are basically three major things, which is, make sure that you ask for the template, make sure that it's in CMYK color, and the high resolution, at least 300 dpi. Mm-hmm. That's guidelines that we follow. So thank you for that, and hopefully the listeners will understand a little bit better that you can't just, give whatever design, no bleed, and a lower resolution and expect a great result. It's very important that you follow those guidelines.
Right. And just to clarify, because she did talk about the bleed, and we do want to clarify for those who maybe they took a picture or they have a logo, but they want to go get it printed and they don't even have an idea what the bleed means. Because can you just explain that really quick so they have a little understanding what the bleed is for that?
Sure. The bleed is, it's just extra. It's usually like 0.5 of an inch or something. I don't know. It depends and varies depending on what type of design you're doing, but it's just a little bit more extra room along the edges of your design to allow for the printer to really print it full color.
Okay. So it just doesn't go off the edges and you don't lose the design that you created.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to clarify that because when I was back before we ever did any printing with the company, Christian knew this, but I didn't know what exactly the bleed was. And every company is different, so they will have a template. That is great information, Kira, so thank you for that.
That's it.
All right. Well, no. Small business or local businesses. I want to start, and I actually haven't told this to Christian yet, but I want to start using the word local businesses because small business makes it seem like they're not as effective or they're not, as good.
Effective.
Or not as
good.
Not as good.
We're a small business.
I know we are.
We're not good?
I'm saying local. I like the word local business.
Okay.
So local businesses. So we're looking for local businesses to come on the show. If you own a business or a manager at a local business, we want to have you on the show to answer your marketing questions and to provide value to our audience. So like Kier gave a tip today, for those of you who are going to get a new logo or printing, you now know what to take to your commercial printer. We want to provide that value for you, and so that's all we ask for you in return is that you just give value back to us when we answer our questions so everyone can learn. You can go to bitbranding.co/tip for tip and fill out submissions. We've been getting quite a few of those these last few weeks, so thank you guys for that. And that really is it.
All right.